It's USL eCup Rocket League Edition. Team from the USL Championship, team from USL League One. It's what this competition is all about, and the drama is real. South Georgia Tormenta FC, Austin Bold FC, both losers in the first match day, both in need of 3 points. With Devin Kerr, Mike Watts. Devin, all of these rules really come into play in this game.
Best of three, gotta find a way to get it going. We're gonna look at the captains and the alternates. Now you're gonna see one of those step out into it, but remember, the most important thing, top two advance from each group.
In Group 2, Charleston Battery knocking off Austin, Colorado Springs knocking off South Georgia Tormenta. It means that this game has added implications. That's why Austin has given the hook to Andrew Green, brought in Mike Cerna, their digital communications intern, to try and turn the corner. He plays for Central Texas Food Bank. Daniel Jackson back playing for the IBIS Foundation.
Both these teams proved they could put up multiple goals in a game, Mike. Unfortunately, they were well behind the bar that had been set from their previous opponents. Now is an opportunity to get back in the W column because, again, there's no ties in Rocket League.
It's all on the line here in Group 2. South Georgia Tormenta, Austin Bold coming up next. Going into the South in Group 2, South Georgia Tormenta taking on Austin Bold. Mike Watts, Devin Kerr, Game 1. Gear up. This is a big one. And already we are seeing a massively different approach by both teams. That is a ton of boost grabbed here at the outset. Devin, what just happened? We have not seen this once in the entire tournament.
That's the greatest start in the history of this tournament.
Here comes Splash for Cash. Newly minted assistant captain turned player, Mike Cerna.
How about the watermelons? Oh, look. Shake it like a salt sticker. Shake it like a salt sticker. Shake it like a salt sticker. Does he put salt on the watermelon? That will be the key question.
I hope not. Daniel Jackson wins the kickoff, but, you know, it just doesn't seem like that's part of Mike Cerna's game plan.
Mike, you haven't lived until you put salt on your watermelon.
Cerna, he's putting salt in the wound right now. 2-0 to Austin. They have turned this thing completely around.
Well done bringing in the alternate. They figured it out. The explosions have me a little awry, Mike. Not exactly sure what my body is experiencing.
These watermelons are really changing the game. Chance here for South Georgia Tormenta to get back into it. If they had been a little bit quicker, they might have beat the respawn. This is going to whittle wide. Chance to set this up. And maybe a chance to hit a power shot, but it's going to go too far wide for that.
Good news, Mike. I lost audio, but I'm back. I had to respawn myself. Oh, and he picked up the boost on the way down. Very well done. Very well done indeed. Splash for Cat gets it. The alternate. He understands exactly what needs to happen. The after effects, there's a glow about this man that we haven't seen in games past. Do you know why? Because he lost last game. He's looking for the W column now. Up 3-0, 3 to play. Oh, Daniel Jackson knows that this isn't a rat race, even with a little mouse up top. D-Jax 21, getting it done. -7 coming in, but he's starting to bring the gap back a little bit. Again, we go goal differential, and then it's head-to-head. Another quality start there, and Splash for Cash 4139, most assuredly his area code, and a great finish. Bottom corner, splashing for Cash. He's making it rain out here. This lovely technique. First touch, second touch, third one's a charm, and here we go. D-Jax 21. Well done, catches him sleeping. Goes the other way, and Daniel Jackson is not willing to go quietly into the night. Instead, he's got himself a beautiful adult water enjoying the sunset. $239, things tight. Look at the angle will start. Splash for Cash. Up in the air, to the side. Why are we talking this way? Because things have changed. Daniel Jackson making his way back in. He's going to have to make a last-ditch effort. But instead, Michael Cerna. There he is. Just when you think things have gone awry. Nope. He's extended his lead back to 3.
Devin, I'm back. I just had to pick up some watermelon, salted it. You were right.
It's life-changing, Mike. Everything respawns, much like this little 1-2. Daniel Jackson, Mike, you know, you missed a little bit. You didn't miss a lot. Maybe half as much, but multiply times 3, and we're still back where we were a minute ago. Daniel Jackson down by 2.
Still highly competitive here. We are just beyond the midway point of Game 1 in this best of 3 in what's a critical group stage match in group number 2. Jackson with the speed.
Oh, well done. That's how you get it. Off the roof.
Challenge.
Full force layout, right? Just throw the body into it.
Jackson came completely out of nowhere to get a second look at that, but Cerna is going to take that. Hit it off the bounce.
Don't sleep on Daniel Jackson. He's still right there.
So make it 6-3 in favor of Austin Bold. Backs this all the way down. Jackson knocks it into the corner, and perhaps he's put himself in a corner if he can't get a good clearance on this. Off the corner wall. Here comes Cerna to knock it down and in.
Now he's just having fun. And again, he started to figure out exactly where the stranglehold on this match is going to take place. It's down in the corner in the boards. Good thing is he's got a saw and he's going to cut right through him. 7-3. 89 seconds. 88. You know, the drill. Bye.
Here comes Jackson. Goal difference still could be critical at the back end of this group, given that there are 3 that appear poised to fight for those final knockout places as the second-place finisher in the group. Cerna misfires wide. Cerna dribbling it forward. Jackson, the clearance, not nearly enough. And Cerna again wide. Cerna from distance, off the backboard, and the follow-up.
Kind of reminded me of the John Vaccaro Phoenix Rising goal, right off the tushy against the Real Monarchs.
Jackson tried to catch him sleeping. South Georgia Tormenta is most certainly going to lose game 1. The margin, all that's left. Driven off the post. Jackson got it away. Cerna recovers. 8-3 the final in game 1 of this best of 3. Austin Bold appear poised to keep their dream alive of reaching the knockout stage in USL eCup. Can they seal the deal in match day 2? Stick around to find out. Mike Cerna repping the Longhorns, repping Austin Bold. Cerna coming off the pine and giving Austin Bold a 1-game advantage in this best of 3 series. Jackson! Oh! Brilliant goal off the kickoff.
D-Jax 21, green for glory. That's one. Got a lot of work to do, but he'll take the first one. Let's see if he can run it back to back.
Tough to do from that angle. This will narrowly miss. Jackson centers. Cerna moves it away, and here comes Cerna. With the dribble, the setup, looking for the dunk. It's going to be all the way across and out. He's got the boost. He's got the advantage. He's got the goal. It is 1-1 in this second game in the best of 3.
Easy to get back in the game, Mike, when all you're playing against is concrete and the cones scattered around the field. Daniel Jackson, nowhere to be found.
Devin, I've been told Mike Cerna, in his second year interning for the club, a senior at University of Texas in Austin, has some pretty good work experience. Right now, look at this kind of aerial floating along. 2-1.
Mike, these were the types of moves that we were seeing out of Trent Whelan from FC Tucson. This is a glorious finish. Now, tell me about work study.
This is not his first job. Perhaps the most notable experience of his young professional career at Pinky's Kayak Rentals. Won't be able to get this across, but now he's able to poke it in.
I remember those glory days, Mike. Pinky's Kayak Rentals. I used to walk by and give the old wink, blink, and the nod. I'd get the 1% discount. He'd tell me to go fly a kite, and we would never be friends again. Good to see him back.
I'm shocked because the wink at Pinky's usually gets you at least a few minutes with a kayak. Alas. Oh, everything's setting up nicely. Knocks it off the backboard and then able to float back across after driving in through the box and hitting that off the roof.
Mike, every single time he scores, what I envision here is the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man from the original Ghostbusters.
Why's that?
Just looks like marshmallows exploding everywhere in the goal.
Well, Jackson fighting for his life now in this competition.
Watch out.
And yeah, it's going to be a very uphill battle from here. The Mountain has grown to a 4-goal deficit. This dribble is magnificent.
No Southern hospitality here, Mike. Watermelon aside, tormenting Daniel Jackson. This is quite frustrating for sure. Really growing into his own, though. Splash for Cash has definitely spent some money on this skill set.
Daniel Jackson, on the other hand, really, to be frank, pretty new to this game. It was a big ask
Mike,
for him to
Devin,
come up
Frank.
against guys like this and compete. Oh, wow. Look at this.
Dare I say he gets the Wheelan chant? Can't do it yet, but he's getting there. He pulls off one more, and I'll give him the luxury of that beautiful, sweet sound.
Daniel Jackson gets in, makes it a little more difficult, but in the end, Cerna has all the boost he needs to take it the distance.
And notice he tried to body him right at center circle. Unfortunately, the angle was played incorrectly. Couple boosts, and we're right back at it. Starting to extend that lead even further. 8-3 last, 8-1 this time.
But this time, we're only halfway through.
Nice to see that watermelon didn't go to your head, Mike.
Cerna, a little creativity in his offensive game. Can he hit this out of the air? Able to get up and challenge. Cerna, that is a delicate first touch. Put that down on a pillow. He's outwitted Jackson, but Jackson with the effort. Get back into the corner. Defend his goal. Can't defend against that.
Not only is he growing in terms of overall gameplay, Mike, the celebrations are starting to gain their own sort of character confidence that we've been looking for. The Mouse still talking back, though, as he chomps away at defeat.
100 seconds to go. Austin looks like they are in the thick of things in Group 2. And maybe a bit more than that. The performance by the backup, the alternate captain, Mike Cerna, has been a revelation.
And I can promise you this, he will no longer be traveling to the locker room to make those Gatorade fill-ups. Andrew Green, you're up.
And Austin adding another finishing touch, this time putting it right off the front bumper. A gorgeous diving goal. Nice save. I mean, what a turnaround, Devin. Daniel Jackson looked like he was really going to have something to say in this second game, and that evaporated in seconds.
All jokes aside, Mike, it's actually very different than what we saw even in his first match against Switchbacks FC and Dylan Wavra. The problem is he didn't know that he was going up against Michael Cerna and all the skills that he's showing. And there it is, the dribbling. Watch this little touch around him. Let's play 1v1. I'm going to play 2v1 because I'm going to use the boards. And whee! The Wheeling chant coming back.
Car control, ball control on point for Austin Bold. Their final game against Colorado Springs, so if they win that following game, they will certainly be through into the knockout stage. And with it now being 13-1, all eyes now on match day 3 for Austin Bold.
It's going to be a rocky mountain to climb for sure, as Dylan Wavra, as we were just alluding to, did well for himself against Daniel Jackson in the first matchup, and Daniel Jackson has had a rough go of it. But I like the spirit, I like the fight. More importantly, I like the color scheme and the mascot. And driving backwards. Or upside down.
What in the world? Austin wrong-sided here. But Austin's going to get a consolation goal, 13-2. They're going to need a lot of help to find their way out of this group. But for Daniel Jackson, this is a nice finishing touch.
Yeah, good for him. You know, why not?
He can keep this up. He may not even have to. He's just going to let this run out. Now this was a real splash in Group 2. Austin Bold, no longer pushovers. They're legit, folks. We'll show you how they came away with the big win after this.
USL, eCup, Rocket League Edition, highlights, Austin, Tormenta. You know it, you've seen it. Let's get right down to it though. 0 for 1, both of these coming in. Why? Well, Bold lost to the battery. Mauro Cicero, he did a number to Andrew Green in steps. Michael Cerna splash for cash, 4-1, 3-9. He would change things in a totally different direction. They would get 3 points, but it was the manner in which they did it. What was the opposition like? Daniel Jackson, Tormenta FC, 0 for 1 as well. They lost their opening round game. Unfortunately for them, that was the Switchbacks FC. He felt like he did a much better job. To be fair, he got it to 2, he got it to 3, but that's as close as he was ever get in this contest. 8-3 in the first match. Second one, double it back around. That's when Michael Cerna really took off. Watch this aerial contusion. Absolutely beautiful, upper 90. Thank you very much. The celebrations were better. The play was better. USL eCup Rocket League Edition has proven that we see a multitude of things at different angles. It looks like Tormenta FC might be out the door. Austin Bold still have a fighting chance. We have to see what goes on with the battery and Switchbacks FC. No matter what, game day 3 is going to be one to remember. We'll see you soon.